All right. Hey, everybody. It is Tuesday, Chamber Check-In Day, and I'm here with Gentry Jensen, one of the owners of Cordova Outdoors. Hi, Gentry.
Hi, how are you, Paul?
Hey, I'm good. Uh, wow. You guys have been in Nampa for about, I don't know, 6 years, 5 years. And I remember um, reading about Cordova in a Greenbelt magazine in the beginning when there was a story about how you guys got started. And so with that, I love to hear from our members their stories. So could you give us kind of the history breakdown of how Cordova got started?
Yeah, it's got what I think is a really compelling backstory, and I can't take credit for it because I'm relatively new to the business. But one of the captains from the Discovery Channel's Deadliest Catch, named Scott Campbell, who knew a thing or two about having to keep stuff cold and protected from the elements under harsh conditions, thought that he could build a really great cooler. And I will say that he did. I mean, the credit for designing it and standing up the company goes to Scott and his partners, who, as you said, started about 5 or 6 years ago doing that. And Cordova is actually a fishing village in Alaska. It's inaccessible by road. You have to fly or take a boat to get there. And he felt like that name reflected the resilient nature of the products and their ability to endure, and for people to be able to trust their lives to the gear and the product and know it's going to stand up. So the idea to manufacture the products in the United States here in Idaho is almost unique. It certainly presents some interesting challenges, but some great benefits as well. And, in terms of the backstory, my business partner, Jason Galloway, and I had an opportunity to acquire the business in August. So we're relatively new to it, but my background is in manufacturing. Jason's is in finance, and it's been a good run so far, and we're just getting started.
Okay, awesome. I remember when I met Scott for the first time, the handles were made here in Nampa, but the rotomolded plastic part of the cooler was made, I think, in Minnesota.
That's right.
And so tell us a little bit about what brought you guys or Cordova to bring the manufacturing to Nampa.
Yeah, it was just a desire to control more of the manufacturing process and be less dependent on third-party vendors. And candidly, it required a significant capital expenditure. Paul, I think you've been out and seen our facility, but for anybody who hasn't, we'd love to show folks around anytime. We're just right in Nampa, as you said. And the ability to do the roto molding here on site with our own molds that we've developed with the Cordova logo and the mountain range molded into the cooler itself was just something that, again, I'll give credit to the previous owners, really felt was important. And what I love about it is we have the ability to control the quality, to fine tune any aspect of it. Just yesterday, we were making a particular shade of magenta cooler for a customer, and they only wanted 3, but we can run, and that type of low batch quantity, custom blend the colors, and it also gives us the ability to provide jobs that pay a good living wage here in Nampa. And our motto that we've got on T-shirts we like to wear around the shop is "Good people making great coolers."
I love that. And that's a huge part of the economy, is having, a company like Cordova manufacturing right here, providing jobs. Kudos to you guys for sticking with it. And, one of the biggest things that I wanted to get across to the audience today and our members and our community is that fact that you guys have invested in the Treasure Valley, in Nampa. You're producing a handcrafted, handmade product. And that's one of the things that we need to ship more stuff out of Idaho versus being such a consumer community. But with that, hey, you mentioned a little bit about some of the private label stuff you can do and some corporate gifts. So tell us about that. And I think that's just in the right time of starting for 2021. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's been a huge aspect of the business that frankly we underappreciated when we were doing our due diligence. A couple of examples I'll give you. One is that we manufacture all of the Mastercraft coolers that Mastercraft sells that fit in its boats. Those actually come from our shop here in Nampa. We're the only place in the world that's making them. We have a similarly proportioned cooler that's called our tailgater. But the Mastercraft version is one we make specifically for them. We have had surprising interest in companies of all sizes, from a dozen to a few thousand orders for coolers and drinkware this year. We found that a lot of companies didn't have a chance to, have their annual picnic because people couldn't get together. They've got some money left over in their retention budget or their morale, welfare, and recreation budget. And this is a great way to spend it. I happen to have a bottle here with me that I designed, and we just etched into the powder coated aluminum finish. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, there we go.
That's really cool,
man. But yeah, we can embed logos. We can wrap an entire cooler. I should have brought some props. I'm sorry, but they're on our site. You can see we've got a licensing deal with Cryptech, where we can put a Cryptech camo on a cooler, and that's just a couple of examples of how we can customize things.
That's a good segue into talking about some of the other products that you have been able to include in your products. One of the coolest things that I saw on your website is the soft sides and some of the cupware. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. Yeah. So the company was started and grew up with the idea and the goal of making a great rotomolded cooler that'll last for a person's lifetime and hopefully be an heirloom. But our goal is to just help people enjoy the outdoors, have adventures in the outdoors. A couple taglines like we want people to have more stories that start with so there I was, and end with something like and that was a good time. And so products where we feel like we can complement our core offering of rotomolded coolers and help people enjoy the outdoors with quality. We're not interested in just buying containers of junk from China and throwing them at the market. We want to make sure that we're doing thoughtful product development, research and development. We want people to buy our products once and then buy more products from us, but never have to buy the same product again because it'll last their lifetime.
Right. I think you started out with Cordova.com as the website, and now you've merged into CordovaOutdoors.com. So that makes a lot of sense. Hey, also, you had talked about the high quality of product that you have. When I go to, let's say, a D&B Supply, I look at the cooler sets and I see yours right in the middle, kind of eye level and next to the competitors' brands. And you're providing the same or higher quality at a lower price. How are you guys able to do that?
So I'm glad you brought up D&B because they have been an absolutely incredible partner for us in terms of retail. Here's why it works with D&B. They're local, we're local. They can send their truck over, pick the product up, and take it to their distribution center. We don't have to go through a middleman. We don't have to go through third-party logistics to get it there. So there's really, effectively one link out of the chain there. Our goal is to offer the premium quality product when possible direct to the consumer, and also working with a few really trusted retail partners. So really we're taking links out of the markup chain. As I mentioned, I've been in manufacturing for a while. Most of the world's goods are made in China these days, right? And I can tell you firsthand, importing a cooler, as some of our competitors do, bringing it in, sending it through distribution, sending it through retail, the markup is on the order of 500 to 1,000%. And we're just trying to take links out of that chain, have a fair price, a decent margin, again, so we can pay people here a living wage, and really offer people an exceptional product. I love our coolers. I'll tell you all day long, they're as good as anything else in the market. And that's how we're doing it.
Well, I love my Cordova cooler, and I got my neighbors to get interested in one, and now they own one. So it's, it's word of mouth. And where can people purchase?
Well, you mentioned D&B, and yeah, in the Treasure Valley, they're I would say our strongest retail partner. I think our best selection and service is on CordovaOutdoors.com. We do, as of just looking at my watch here, yesterday was the cutoff for shipping time for Christmas. Just with everything that's going on, that's straining the logistics companies all around the world this year. But CordovaOutdoors.com is our fully functional and constantly improving site, and free shipping on anything over $35, and all the coolers are over $35. So there's effectively no marginal cost to shopping online versus going to a retailer. And if you have any questions about anything you see there, I see you've got our number crawling across the bottom of the screen. More than happy to help you out. There's a contact us button there. Our customer support team is right here in Nampa, and they're great. They're great. We'll get you what you need. Okay.
Well, another part of being a community partner and manufacturing in Idaho is you probably get a lot of calls to partner with different organizations. And I love to see the Cordova brand being used for like the Idaho Beef Council project.
Yeah,
and there's several others. Is there anything you want to let us know about some of those different partnerships?
The Beef Council one was really cool. Since you mentioned that, we were able to injection mold a big old steer head, a longhorn head, and then mount it on a bracket that slipped right inside the cooler handle there, so you could practice roping it. And then we were able to wrap it with some Beef Council graphics. Again, that's something we could do anything. We could wrap anything. An American flag is my personal favorite. That's what I have. I just was out in our warehouse yesterday and saw a graphic of the Punisher, the superhero or anti-hero, I guess, wrapped on there that somebody had ordered. So any kind of customization you can imagine, even beyond just the form of the box as the steer head illustrated, is those are projects we love to work on. We've got creative people here that just that's where they live, and that's what gets them fired up.
That's awesome. That investment again in the community, thank you for that, Gentry, for keeping that going. And just for anybody listening, when you're thinking about purchasing a cooler or you're looking for a corporate gift, give an Idaho made product a shot. They're really good, and obviously they're creative, and turnaround times are probably quicker. You're talking to somebody who's right there in Nampa, and you get to work directly with their creative team, which is just awesome. So thank you, Gentry, for your membership with the chamber here. I look forward to seeing some really good things from Cordova in the future.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, say Merry Christmas to the team there, and I hope you guys have a happy holiday. Say hi to Jason for us, and enjoy the rest of this week.
Will do. Thank you. Same to you.
Thanks, Gentry. See you later.